The policy routing, or you can say policy-based routing, and in the popular context, it is called as PBR.
Okay.
As you know,
So ODR also is in the syllabus?
no, ODR is not. The policy basis. Okay, so with the policy routing, so what we do, as you know, the normal, what the router do the routing on the basis of is destination based. Okay, so what the router do, if a packet comes, the router check the destination IP in the packet, okay, and match that packet with its FIB, okay, and route the packet according to the FIB, right? And it is all on the basis of the destination IP, right? So in the policy routing, we can override that. Okay, in the policy routing, we can decide on the basis to do the routing on the basis of the source, also on the basis of the destination. Third, based on the protocol, for example, protocol like FTP, or you can say HTTP, or etc., and many others, and also on the basis of the incoming interface. Okay, so we can override the normal behavior of the router, how to do the forwarding of the package by doing the policy routing. Okay, so for example, now we want to route our web traffic in one direction out of one interface, and we want the voice over IP packet in another direction. So we have the ability to do that in the policy router, okay, on the basis of the protocol. But the main disadvantage with the policy routing is the main disadvantage. So what is the main disadvantage is, first, the configuration is manual. So the configuration has to be manual, so it is not very scalable option. Okay, as compared to the any dynamic routing protocol. Or any other routing protocol. And the main concern is its support. Okay, because the most of the platform don't support it. Because it is your platform and version dependent. It also depends on the version of your iOS. So most of the platform don't support it.
Latest iOS does not support.
They can support, that is based on their, that is called the PFC card. That is a policy feature card. Okay, so it will depend on it. Okay, so high level hardware, they support the it is also known as hardware acceleration. So they support the hardware acceleration. For example, if you see high level, for example, 6500 series router, or you can say the 7600 series router, etc., they support it. The higher end series router supports it. And it is also depends on your PFC card. So what policy what the feature you can enable, for example. Okay, So it depends on your PFC card and popularly known as policy feature card. Okay. For example, for the particular policy feature, you can have the different PFC cards. But lower level platform, for example, if I talk about the ISR 2 series routers, they don't support it. They don't want to support the hardware installation through the PDR. So they have to follow the process switching. So if you see that device in, but one,
0 also will support.
yeah, definitely it will support. Yeah, it will support. So if you will see that device utilization is, so some of the times you will see that your device utilization is going very high. So in that case, the potential culprit can be the policy based routing that you have configured. Okay, so your CPU utilization came with, you have to compromise with the CPU utilization when you are performing the policy routing. Okay, so we do two things. First thing we do is we define the criteria. Okay, traffic criteria by route map. So which type of traffic you want to match? Okay, so what will be the, we'll do it through the route map. Okay, for example, now if I am going to permit any the route map statement, that means to apply the policy, to override my default behavior of the router to do the destination based routing, and instead of it override it with the whatever the policy I am configuring. Okay, permit means to apply the policy route, whatever the policy I am defining. Okay, and second thing, if I would say deny does not mean that packet will be dropped. In this case, deny would mean that you should do the normal forwarding according to the SAP table. According to your FIB, or you can say SAP table, according to SAP table or FIB. Right? So what we do in this case, we type the command. The command will be of the type, in the, we will go into the route map, and as you know, we can match the interface. Okay, we could match the particular interface. Okay, the traffic going to receive on this interface, or we can also match the traffic type. So the IP addresses, so IP address we can call the ACL, right? So these are the common methods, but how we are going to do the match the traffics. Okay, and the interface will be on the interface that will be our ingress interface on which we are doing receiving the packet, and we are going to apply the policy on that traffic that we are going to receive on particular interface. Okay, then after setting the criteria, then second thing we will do, what we gonna do, second thing, we took the action, then we define the action. Okay, action defined. How are you going to define the action? We are going to define the action by typing the set command again in the route map. Okay, so there are two types. Okay, one is the, you have to set IP. Okay, set IP next home, and there is an option to add the default keyword. We are going to discuss the default keyword lately. Okay, set IP. What we are going to do? We are going to define the action that this packet, whatever the traffic has been matched with the criteria, that should go to this next hop, not the by default next hop that has been chosen by the SAP table. Instead, it should go whatever the next hop we are defining here through the set command, or we can also define the set interface, and again we are already defining the outgoing interface that this traffic should route towards this particular interface. Okay, and it also has that default keyword, so that is optional, but we are going to discuss, so that will be a pretty interesting case. So So we are already defining in this case what the outgoing interface will be chosen. Actually, we are choosing the outgoing interface in the both two, just that in the second option we are choosing it directly, because whatever the next hop we will give, finally it's going to do the recursive lookup and going to find out the next exit interface out of it. So in the both cases it's going to do it. So we define the traffic on the basis where the traffic should go on the basis of the set command, not through the normal forwarding. We are overriding the normal forwarding process. The normal forwarding will be on the basis of the destination IP. Instead, we want to do forwarding on the basis of the set command, whatever the policy we are configuring. Okay, in some other cases we do have problem. We will fall into two cases, because we are overriding because for example I would say that I am routing the R1 and R2 and R3. For example, in this case there is a user in here, and there is a user, for example, let's say 12.1.1. So by default, what my path is for the set table is it is my default path. For example, I want to go to 13.1.1.0/24. So on this router, for example, now router is choosing by default this path, right? But I want the router to choose this path. So I can define the policy here by matching the source and the destination. For example, if the packet would come with this source and going to this destination, then this should follow this interface, not this one. It should go through this path. Okay, but the main problem, what the problem we can run into? The problem will be, for example, now this my R2 router is also having the same path. For example, its best path is from this to here. Again, it will gonna route the packet towards the R1. Okay, again this packet will match onto the R1, and again it will gonna jump into the R2. So this sometimes it do create some problem, because the loop, we are overriding the loop awareness mechanism of some routing protocol that we are running. Okay, so we have to be very careful while defining the policy. Okay, so let's discuss what the default keyword is about, right? What does that mean? Because when we define the policy first, so first, without the default keyword, so first thing that will do, the router will try to policy route the traffic. First policy route, if some packets are coming, one packet doesn't match to the policy route, then it try to match through the normal forwarding, that is on the destination base, the normal forwarding. It will fall into the normal forwarding. So that is without the keyword. But if we do with default keyword, that these things will got reversed. So with the default keyword, what the router try to do, the router try to do the normal forwarding first. If it doesn't find that path in the routing table, then it will fall back to the policy routing. Okay, right? Means if there is not a match in the routing table, then we will fall back to the PBR, that is a policy based routing, with the default keyword, right? So are you getting me? Okay, so there are there are two different type of policy that we are going to implement. Okay. So there are two different type of implementation when we actually apply the policy routing. One is for the incoming traffic when we apply to the interface level, means inbound traffic. For example, there are two types we can do. For example, for the incoming traffic means our router is acting as a transit in between the source and the destination. Okay. For example, if we gonna apply, when we apply to the interface level means inbound traffic. So for example, if we type this command IP policy, and with the policy we type the route map. Okay. And second implementation is for the locally generated traffic of the router itself. If we type the IP, but we just add the keyword local, IP local policy, and the route map, whatever the route map name, whatever the name will be here, you will just call it, right? So, and sometimes the problem will occur in this case that sometimes our control plane traffic will get caught into the policy and get forward somewhere else, and our neighborship will get down. So sometimes we can this problem can occur. Okay. The older iOS version actually do not have that support. For example, I'm telling you about the control plane suboptimal forwarding, control plane messages, for example, the neighborship messages of the OSPF or the EIGRP. So older iOS do not have protection mechanism. Against the local policies we are applying. So sometimes our local control plane traffic also get caught in that. Okay, but I think the newer iOS, for example, 15.1 or 15.3T, 4T, have solved that. Okay. Now we can run into a problem. For example, what the problem can occur.